Hey, good good night, good morning, good evening, whatever time of the day it is. It is Clarice Minor, your Christian financial coach, and I promised myself that I will do a live today before I went to bed. So I'm half ready for bed, but to God be the glory. Listen, I got some great tips for you today. Um, Great tips. Tonight's topic is 10 myths about debt. All right, 10 myths about debt. There is so much stuff going on that I just want people to be educated so that they can make the best financial choices in their life. So when you pop on here, say hello. Say hello. Let me greet you properly because I want to greet you properly. So thank you for coming on tonight. It's pretty late here in Delaware, but I'm ready to give you some great information. All right. So I'm live on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, almost all of my platforms. So I'm excited about tonight. So first myth: all debt is equal. All debt is equal. That is a lie. Like, for example, let's say you purchase an investment property that's worth 150K, right? And that's good. That's a good investment because it's bringing income into your pockets, right? It's bringing more money to you. But what if you have a $150,000 credit card debt, right? And for after several years, that debt just starts increasing, bringing your score lower and lower and lower, right? Because hey, Elder Michael. So bringing your score lower and lower and lower, that is considered bad debt. But if you purchase a mortgage or a property that's worth $150,000 over time, the value of that property will increase, right, over time. So that's the difference between that's an example and a good difference between good debt and bad debt. So investing $150,000, which is purchasing something that's going to generate you income, is a good investment. Purchasing something on credit that does not have any value or is not going to appreciate in value is a bad debt. So let's be wise on the things that we purchase. So don't use your credit cards and max them out and expect, to be able to have good credit. If you do that several times, your credit score, your FICO score is going to go down into the toilet. And we don't want that to happen, right? All right. Number two, checking your credit report will harm your score. That's a free thing. And I'm saying all these things, right? I'm telling you guys all this information because still to this day, even though there's so much content out there, you can Google it and people still think that this is what is true. And it's not true. If you check your FICO score, there is no repercussions to you. Like, it's not going to drop your score because you want to see what's on there. The credit bureaus advise you to keep an eye on these things, to keep an eye on your credit report. All right. So you may get a soft pull. That does not have any great effect on your credit report. But things like when a lender is checking your credit score, like a bank, for example, that's the prime thing. A bank checking your FICO score or checking your report, that will affect your credit report, your FICO score, because that is considered a hard pull because that means you're trying to borrow a large lump sum of money, which is affecting your ratio, how they calculate the numbers to get your FICO score. All right. So just checking it, as a regular consumer, that's not going to hurt you. It's the hard pulls that hurt your FICO score. All right. Number three, closing a credit card will not help your score. Will help your score. It will not. It is not going to help your score. Actually, it could hurt you, right? Because if you don't have a lot of debt or revolving debt and you decide that you're going to close a credit card that you don't use, but you've had it for like 10 years, that can hurt you because now you're decreasing the amount of long, long credit usage. I think that's the word I'm looking for. you're decreasing the amount of your revolving credit. You're decreasing the amount of debts that you have. So the lenders are looking for how well you are doing with paying your bills. All right. So don't close those old credit cards. Keep them open. Keep them open. You don't have to use them, but you want to keep them open because that's helping you uh, keep your FICO score, at a good level. All right. Number four, there is literally thousands of ways that lenders um, uh, pull your credit report. So we got Vanguard. We have what is it called? I didn't write it in my notes. There are so many ways, even like car notes, car loans. They don't check the same thing that a mortgage lender will check. They don't use the same system. Everyone has something different. So you still want to make sure that you are keeping up with all your payments because that is just helping across the board, making sure that your payment history is good. All right. So check your score on a consistent basis to make sure that the information is correct. Listen, identity theft is the fastest growing crime around the world. To this day, criminals are creating different, more and more ways that they can scam us. Listen, I know that I'm not the only one that gets a phone call 5 or 6 times a week, if not day, with scammers calling me. And y'all, we don't answer phone calls that we don't know, right? We don't answer phone calls that we don't know because it could be a scammer. So we have to do one free way that you can monitor your credit and don't and prevent from being a victim of identity theft is by checking your FICO score. You could do so, once a year. Check your report once a year for free with all three bureaus, but using their um their free website, which is called annual free annual credit check.com. Right, you can check that once a year and it's completely free. Now you have to pay for the number. You have to pay to get your FICO score, but the fact that you can check what is on it once a year with all three bureaus is excellent, and you can make sure that stuff that's on there that is super old, you can get that thing removed. Things that are on there that it's not supposed to be there, um, you can get that thing removed. You can dispute it. And if you find something that's on there that is not yours, you know for sure that it is not yours, you get a criminal report, right? You can file a report and send that to the credit bureaus and they will remove it for you. All right. So check your information on a regular. Don't neglect that. Check it on a regular, not just when you're ready to go and make a major purchase, but when you just want to check it on a regular so that you can prevent yourself from being a victim of identity theft. All right. Number seven, your credit report doesn't mention your race, your nationality, your origin, your religion, your profession. It doesn't ask you what your gender is. Those things, if someone ever tells you that you can't get a loan from anywhere because of who you are, your demographics, who you are, and all those things, that is not true. That stuff is not even mentioned on your report when you pull it up every year. All right, it's not mentioned. Now, if a lender is discriminating against you because of any of those things, then you can file a criminal report. You can file against them, a lawsuit against them because there is discrimination. There are laws against that. So don't allow yourself to be a victim of identity theft, and just stop listening to the lies that are out there that is telling us that you can't do X, Y, and Z because of X, Y, and Z. It is not true. All right, number eight, the only time you check your credit score, the only time your credit score is affected by if you apply. Oh, okay, I know what I'm saying. Your credit score, if you get married, right, and your spouse has bad credit, it, you're not your good credit is not going to be affected by their bad credit. Why? it doesn't come together, guys. When you get married, the Bible says we are joined together as one when we can become married, but that does not mean that your credit score is going to join together. Only way that it will join together, seriously, only way that it would come together is if y'all make a purchase together, a major purchase together, like a house, a car, get a credit card together. You basically have to sign on the dotted line. When y'all get married, your social security number does not come together. All right. So if your wife's or your spouse social security number is 121453338, that is not my social security number. I made it up. And your social security number is 844-559-221. And then all of a sudden they just intermingle the numbers, and that doesn't happen at all. So you basically, just get married. Don't allow man or woman or anybody to make you think that, hey, we can't get married because you have bad debt and I don't want my credit to be messed up. That's a lie. But y'all can come together and create a plan so that the one that's has some issues with their finances or their credit, y'all can come together and work together to get that thing up so that y'all can build together. All right. So it does not affect your score if you get married and your credit report is one of y'all's credit score is bad. All right. So number 9, paying. Is that number 9? I don't think that's number 9. Number 8, paying off debt only relieves you from the obligation. All right. So what am I talking about? Let's say you have a credit card and you finally paid it off, but it's reporting on your credit score that you had a couple of late payments. All right. Once you pay it off, it does relieve you of that debt because you don't have anything to pay. However, you want to make sure that you are, let's say several years later, you thinking about buying a home and pull it up and it says that you have a late payment on there. You have to contact the credit bureaus, right? Contact the credit bureaus, dispute it, asking them to remove it. All right, asking them to remove it. And within a certain amount of time, a couple of years, they will happily remove it. But they're not going to do it on your own. There's nobody checking to make sure your credit score is where it needs to be. There's no one checking. Didn't hire someone to check your credit report, making sure that all the stuff that is old and outdated or wrong is incorrect. There's no one from the credit bureaus calling you asking you, is your Capital One bill paid off? Have you been paying on time? There's no one doing that. There's no one on payroll doing that at the credit bureaus. So you have to take the responsibility and reach out to them on your own. Okay, you have to reach out to them on your own, dispute the negative items, and ask them to remove it. All right. So some things stay on there for a long time. Inquiries stay on there for a couple of years. Negative items, late payments, they can stay on there. Charge offs, things like that stays on for 7 years. Bankruptcies can stay on there for up to 10 years, just to let you guys know. And although the bankruptcy has removed a whole lot of stuff, that still looks terrible on your credit report. Even though your credit score has increased, that still looks horrible on your credit report. So you can go out there and buy a car, but hey, guess what? You might have a trouble getting a mortgage, right? Because you have a bankruptcy on there. So just be mindful. Don't listen to any of those myths. There are so many myths out there that will have you all messed up. All right. Number 9, you can fix your own credit score. You can, or you can hire financial bondage broker to do it for you, but you can do it yourself. It takes some time. It takes a lot of research. It takes a lot of effort, and it can cost quite a bit of dollars because you have to do all the research on your own, and you have to you can make some errors and everything like that, or you can hire some professionals that specialize in this and that live their life doing this stuff. So you don't have to hire a professional. You can do it on your own. That's a myth that you cannot do it on your own. But I do recommend, not because I do it, but because it's just, it just alleviates the burden off of you. So business owners, they outsource. So why not outsource the things that you can outsource? All right. So number 10, credit score documents your risk to the lenders. Credit scores documents your risk to the lenders. If your score is low, there is a high risk of default. All right. Good, honest people have low scores too. What am I saying here? All right. So if you have a credit score of 550 or below, even a 600 or below, they lenders look at you as a liability. It's not saying that you're a bad person. It's not saying that you're a thief. It's not saying that any of those things. It is just saying that you are a bad, and it doesn't even matter if you fell into some hard times. It only matters to them and looks like to them that you are not a good steward, like you don't pay your bills on time. Now there are good people out there that have bad credit. There are people out there who make six figures who have bad credit. It all depends on your mindset, how you think about the usage of money. And it also depends on whether you just, you know, care about where your money is going. So we got to put things in place so that we don't fall short with paying our bills. Pay your bills on time. How can you pay your bills on time when maybe you're only making around $30,000 a year or less? You keep a budget, monitor what's going in and what's coming out, and live within your means. Now, it's hard to live within your means, especially when you see stuff out there that you really, really want, but you can't afford to get it. So I get it. You want to have nice things. You want to be able to do things with your family, but you can't afford it. So we get a part-time job. We start running up our credit cards and things like that. But there are ways that you can get those things that you want without using the debt. So keeping a budget, that helps you. Putting money aside for savings and emergencies, that help you. Most people will say you got to put away 10% of your income every month in order for you to save, really good. But most people can't afford that. So I always say, start where you are. If you can't afford to save 10%, put away $5 a pay period. Every time you get paid, but hold yourself accountable and be consistent and be consistent and oh, I can't even think of the other word that I'm trying to say. But you just have to do it. You just have to tell yourself, I'm going to put this amount of money away and every time I get paid, and that's it. All right. You have to do it. You have to tell yourself to do it, and you have to be consistent with it. And then, the Bible says if we're faithful over a few things, God will make us ruler over many. So if you're faithfully being a bad steward and not taking care of your business and holding yourself accountable and putting money aside for rainy days and not paying your bills on time, then you're going to have the same exact habits when you're going from $30,000 and you're making $80,000 a year. It's all about mindset and changing the way you think about money. You want to take care of now, but you also want to take care of the future, because guess what? Things happen in the future, and you want to make sure that you are protecting yourself from the future and your family. So let's stop the living a paycheck to paycheck cycle and let's move forward. All right. So tonight I just gave you guys 10 myths. All right. I'm going to run through them real quick and then I'm going to get off of here. All right. So all debt is not equal. That's number one. Number two, checking your report is not going to hurt you. It's actually helping you, protecting you from identity theft, for example. Number three, closing credit cards, especially the ones that have been out for a long time, that you've had for a long time, that could hurt you. It's not going to help you. All right. So keep it. All right. Number four, there are thousands of ways that lenders check your score to see if they want to lend to you. All right. So they're not going to Credit Karma. I guarantee you that. They are using their own system, check systems, stuff like that. Number four, thank you, Elder. Number five, your score consists of information that about your payment history. All right. That's what it consists of. It does not mention anything about your race, your gender, where you live. I mean, it does say where you live, but your gender, your disabilities, your profession, your religion, it doesn't mention any of those things. Number 8, I'm sorry. Um, your credit score will not be affected if you get married and your fiance has bad credit. That's not going to affect you only if y'all purchase something together. All right, like a mortgage. When y'all purchase something together, that's the only time is his or her FICO score is going to affect you. All right. Number 9, paying off debts relieves you from the obligation, but it does not automatically drop from your credit score unless it is requested. All right, that's number 8. Number 9, you can fix your own credit report. You might be saying, Clarice, that's some of the things that you do for people. Yes, it is. But if you can do it on your own and you want to take the time out to do it on your own, do the research, send the letters, it does take a lot of time. If you want to do it on your own, by all means, do it on your own. But there are professionals out here like Financial Bondage Broken that will help you take care of that if you want to give it to somebody else. And we communicate with you so that you know what's going on behind the scenes. We're not just going to take your money and just do everything and then you don't hear back from us. That's not how we work. We love educating and communicating with our clients so we know, so you always know, you're always in the loop. All right. And finally, number 10, um, lenders check your FICO score because they want to see if you're going to be a liability. If they lend money to you, um, they want to make sure that you're going to be able to pay it back. If you have a low score or you have a bankruptcy shows that you were late before and you were in distress, the financial distress, and you had to do something really fast to get it taken care of. That looks bad to them. So you are a liability when you have bad credit. So just make sure that you check your stuff, don't listen to the myths, do your research, or if you don't even feel like doing the research, you can reach out to your professional. Financial Bondage Broken. We're not a credit repair company. We are a financial coaching company, which means that we're educating, teaching you, and instructing you so that you can make the best and wisest decision financially for you, not just for today, but for tomorrow. We do not do credit repair and we're not looking for quick solutions. Clients who are looking for quick solutions. All right. We want to help those of you who want to make everlasting solutions. So we helping with money management. So we're teaching you how to be a good steward, how to budget, how to save, and how to invest. We're teaching you about those things. And we're educating you on the different types of life policies that we have in place. And we are ready and our calendars are open. We just extended our hours at Financial Bondage Broken. So if you need some evening hours, we're open on Tuesdays and Thursdays from 8 p.m., 9 p.m. to 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So go on our website. The link is right above my head. Instagram, the link is in my bio. Go to our website and sign up for a free consultation. What will you get in a consultation? Well, I'm going to give you a financial audit. So what is a financial audit? It's basically saying what's going on in your finances. All right. What's going on in your finances? We're discussing your goals, where you want to be in the next 1 year, 5 years, 10 years, 20 years from now. All right. And we're going to help you create a plan so that you can get there. All right. So that's what Financial Bondage Broken is all about. We do have identity protection services for $24.99 per month with Identity IQ. We will protect you for up to $25,000 if you are a victim of identity theft. And we're monitoring with collaboration with Identity IQ. We collaborate with them so that you can obtain your score and your report so that we can help you restore your credit. All right. So if you're ready to be financially free, go to our website. Like I said, we're open Monday through Friday. On Tuesday and Thursday, we're open from 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time to 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. On the other days, we're just open Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. We're open till 5 p.m. All right. So I'm looking forward to speaking with you and talking with you and helping you travel on your financial freedom journey. God bless you. Have a great, great evening.